Good morning everyone, and welcome back to the next video in the Golf saga. I'm pretty sure it probably is. And we're starting this video off with a road trip. And you can see behind me, I bought myself a little present. This is a trailer, in case you didn't know what it was. And this is Gary the trailer. The reason why I bought Gary is because I'm picking an engine up, and it's over in Middlesbrough for the Golf. And in the last 6 weeks I bought 2 engines and would have had to pay for a second pallet delivery. So like, well, I don't know what I'm going to need later in life and later on this year at this rate. So I thought, well, I'm going to buy myself a trailer and someone will pick it up. Trailer cost me £100. £100, fully pumped up. Electrics don't fully work, but I'll get there. One of the wires to one of the bulbs don't work. And it comes with 2 spare tyres for £100. What more could I possibly want? They're pumped up as well, so pumped up-ish. So yeah, we're off on a road trip, guys. I shall film as I get said engine and have to try and strap it into my trailer. See you shortly. Welcome back to part 2 of whatever I've decided to call this build. I have no idea. The Golf Flip Car Shed to Supercar Make Money Project Series. That's what it's called. That's the actual full name of it.
Work on craft.
Where I've literally bought a shed. The reason why it's called a shed is because it didn't run. C's engine. If you haven't seen the previous part, make sure you check that. The link will be above somewhere now to see the previous part where me and Chris is here with us right now, and we pulled the engine out. Well, once he collected it with my friend Nick, brought it back, inspected it, found that it was seized, found that it timing belt had slipped a couple of teeth, bent the valves, and the valves had stuck into the piston. So we need a new engine. This series is all about trying to do things on a budget to maximise our profit when I sell the car. So I priced up the parts to replace the engine, or replace all the parts that was in the engine, and it was quite costly. Managed to get a second-hand engine with less miles for this car for 150 quid. Chris is currently ratcheting it on that at the moment, taking bits and covers off, ready so we can drop it into this car. You don't have to ratchet louder. Yeah. Don't pick Gary! Gary's my trailer. I bought a trailer just so I can go pick the engine up. But anyway, we're going to crack on. I'm going to pull the camera in and we're going to have a look at what we've got to do and the state of this engine that we picked up. So this is Gary, that's Chris, this is Gary is the trailer. Everything that I own normally gets named. Now that car doesn't have a name because it's not staying, so it's not named. Although it does end in double F, so maybe I might call it Jeff. It's got a 3. It is Jeff, look at it, because it's got a G, it's got an E, and it's got 2 Fs. So it's almost Jeff, but with a G. I just spelled Jeff with a G, it has no in it, doesn't it?
G-E-L.
See, it's almost Jeff. That's it, that car is Jeff. It's now been named. We have a Jeff that's spelt Dutch. So this is the engine. This engine I picked up from Middlesbrough. It has been pulled out of a Seat, so it's actually a Seat engine, but it is the same engine because it's part of the VAG group. So it's identical pretty much. It's the BCA engine code, that's the 1.4. 16 valve, 75 horsepower engine. And other than the engine cover, which has a S on it for Seat, or seat, depending on what you want to pronounce it as, it's now gone. I need to save the covers because that's missing covers. It's actually missing Volkswagen covers.
Take a look here, actually does say VW.
See? It's a VW.
You take it off, it's probably got VW underneath.
It probably is, yeah. So this is the engine. It's quite literally been chopped out, so there's all pipes and that hanging on it, like at the bottom, that's been cut through. The drive shafts were on it, they've been cut through. The gear linkages, I don't think they've been cut off, but I see where they disconnected them. But we need to take this section off because of how I've done it in the car. That shaft needs to come off, and then the wiring loom is still all attached, and we need to take that off because it's been chopped through, like everything has, and we have a full loom still in Jeff. We had a quick look at the cam belt. The cam belt is actually in really good nick, like really good nick. There's no splits, there's no tears, there's nothing in it. So I'm going to run the risk and not even change it. This engine has 69,000 miles on. That is not its original belt, so it has been changed at some point. So I'm quite happy to run that risk. There's nothing else really to say. There's a pool of liquid in the top, which is oil, but that must have come from somewhere else because it's right at the top of the engine. There's nothing that would have leaked onto it, so maybe in storage it's had a leak on it. And supposedly it should run fine. It has the gearbox and everything on it, just like the one we took out, so I didn't even need to bother. Supposedly the clutch works fine, the car was running and driving, but it's just sat in a driveway rotting, so they've just well, got rid of it. So fingers crossed we can go ahead and take off the bits that are in the way and drop it into this big giant chasm. Now the setup on this car at the moment is the drive shaft is out on this side. The drive shaft is still on that side because I couldn't get the bottom nut off of the bottom ball joint because it started spinning, so I've left it for now. So that's why we've disconnected the shaft there, which is nice and easy because it was just brought back onto the gearbox. The downpipe decides it wants to move, and I could probably pull it out. I'm not gonna pull it out, but so it's probably gonna blow when it fires up, so that's another thing I'll need to fix. Maybe they did it to make it sound like a race car, Chris, I'm not sure. Maybe it was like well, yeah, it's never going to be a race car, but maybe it sounded like a race car. Supposedly, Chris, in this engine bay somewhere, there's 2 black boxes, which are for insurance companies. I just remembered that. I don't know where they are, because I can't see them, and I haven't seen them as of yet. But supposedly, they're in there somewhere.
If they're in the engine bay, they're usually attached directly onto the battery.
Oh.
Which we stuck to the battery themselves.
All right, well...
If they'll be anywhere else, they'll be under the dashboard.
I can't say that I've seen any of that then. Oh, and I've just remembered, Chris, that the battery for this is at my house. That's not on charge. I was supposed to put it on charge, so even then I can't fire it up today. But I do have the battery in Dave, so we can steal the battery out of Dave if we got to the point where we've...
Steal Nick's battery.
We could steal Nick's... Nick's not here. We could take his battery off his Supra. Although he's got a really tiny little battery in that. Nick is obviously the guy who you saw at the start. You might have saw at the start of the first part, who trailered the car back for me, and that is his 1,000 horsepower Supra that's in bits, as you can see. Right, so let's get the camera mounted up, and we'll come back to you when we're ready to start dropping this in, because we've got to take bits off.
Not long since it's been serviced.
Yeah, but I have a brand new filter because it was serviced. It's on there. You can still see it, colour of it. It's brand spanking new. So take this airbox off, and right, I'm gonna give him a hand, and we'll bring the camera back as and when. Chris and I have took most of the things off that engine that we don't need. There's just the last couple of like plugs and bolts and that to get to. He's obviously just sorting out the strap, ready to lift it up. We'll lift it up, pull the trailer out of the way, then get the last few things off, and then we're ready to get dropped back in here. Busy day. So we are now ready to drop this engine in. Chris has took off power steering pump, alternator and aircon pump just to give us a bit more room. Yes, we could have took it off before on the other one, but we didn't. Have you seen how old this oil filter looks? And that compared to the the new one that's on the freaking other engine, yeah, that we can't use because obviously it broke badly. There's probably metal shards in it, so even though the filter is new and the oil is new, can't risk putting it in this engine, in case anyone wondered. But yeah, this is ready to drop in. Took off the old loom. We've put a hose on that was cut, because obviously the guy cut it out. Removed all the linkages, removed everything as far as I'm aware. We just need to get it in place. Do we need to put any of the mounts on first, or do we just put the mounts on as it's already going down? Hey?
Put them as it's in.
Okay. Then that's that really, isn't it? Although there's a top up for the oil here that's open. That's interesting. Can you press that down with your finger or thumb? It was open, unless it's shut now.
Yeah, it's shut. Not. It doesn't go down more.
Oh, okay. I just saw that it was open. Cool. I am going to stick you on time lapse this time, because on the previous video we've probably got about 30 minutes of footage of actually pulling the engine out. But yes, you're going to go on time lapse this time. Wish us luck. That's it, Chris. Engine in, fire it up. So he's trying to line up the mount on that side, because that side of the engine's lower. So once the mount's on, it will sit on the leg, and then as we lower this side, that side won't go any lower, because obviously it's sat on the leg ready. So I've got to go down obviously more this side. I don't think that's in.
bottles.
Impact Tools has made this job a lot easier, that is for sure. The engine is in by its two mounts, bottom mount's not in yet. Start it up, Chris. Start it up. You want the bar is on here.
We're far away from starting.
We're not that far away from start. Well, to be fair, probably are, because I don't have any coolant, don't have any oil, don't need to filter.
To be fair, we can start it without coolant, but not for one.
Yeah, we also have plenty of water. Yeah, so now it's a case of connecting everything, all the pipes, all the fuel pipes, the hoses, all the plugs, and
taking the engine back out and realising something wrong.
yeah, taking the engine back out when something's wrong. What's going to be wrong?
Oh.
Nothing's going to be wrong. Right, so there's not really going to be much of a time lapse now because there's not a lot to see because we're just putting a lot of clips in. But I'll keep you a bit of an update time. It took us a bit of time because we've had a few issues with gear linkages and things like that, but
That you bent.
it got bent. Whether it was bent by us hammering it on or we dropped an engine on it, obviously. Probably was me, to be fair. Under his instruction, so you know. Either way, gear linkages are on. All the pipes that we're aware are connected on. You're just putting the auxiliary belt on. All the plugs are in, we believe. There isn't anything left disconnected other than the drive shaft. So once we've got the auxiliary belt on, we'll pop the drive shafts in. Then is it just a case of topping up fluids and maybe just giving it a hand crank over first, and then maybe...
Yeah, we've cranked it over by hand already.
Yeah, but just I don't want it to fire straight away. I want it to turn over and start the motor for a bit.
Let's get oil pressure.
Hey?
Get oil pressure.
Yeah, because it's been sat. So we'll disconnect ignition or we'll disconnect something so it stops firing and crank it over. Won't start the motor. Hopefully it'll go ching 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 ching.
We'll pull the plug out after injectors.
Yes, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, so then, yeah, so that's where we're at. We've got, like I said, drive shafts just to pop in. Did the drive shafts need to be in for this second? I really want to hear it crank over, or do you want to put them in? For how long?
It has to be in, but
for how
just because that one's touching the gearbox and the bit that, but actually it will spin, so it will catch that one.
Okay, so let's get the drive shafts in. It's not going to take as long as it because we've got guns. We'll gun them on. Might gun all hubs back in anyway. It seems to be down in the corners gunning them.
The way these go, I'll do it by hand first, obviously.
Yeah, but then I'm saying we've got guns that can reach. Yeah, so then we'll gun everything and yeah, we're nearly there. Jeff, you're nearly ready. So Professor Christoph, this is your crazy idea. In fact, the first thing I want to do is make sure that I left the keys in the ignition. So everything is together, we think, in the engine. Including all the drive shafts and all that business. There's some coolant in it, not that it really matters at the moment because we're not going to run it, we're just going to turn it over. Chris's idea, because I wanted to steal the battery off of Dave, it's failed his MOT, put it on there and crank it over with that. And he's like, no, just use the boost pack. So here we have a boost pack, which it's not on yet until you press the on button on the side of the leads. There's a little button on there.
What, the reset button?
It's not a reset button, it's a power button. Yeah.
How are you supposed to press that?
With your finger, I do. Not a hard button to press. Have you pressed it? Oh, we're live. Lights are on.
You want it to turn over, don't you?
We do want it to turn over. Are we in gear? Well, it's worth checking. Keys, ignition, wipers on. Everything's on. Clicking, and go. Oh, that has killed the boost pack.
Told you to turn it over.
It did turn it over, you're right, but it did smoke on the leads. With no battery.
Yeah.
See the smoke? And it used 54 down to 44% battery, so it's not terrible. Right, so it turns over. Do you reckon it's smelling burning? Is that what you was doing?
Seeing if it works. It's not burning.
No, it was the connection on the lead. I saw it smoking. So is it a case of now just getting the battery from Dave and then seeing if it'll run?
So you're happy now it's turned over?
I am, because that's the most progress we've had so far.
I'll take 10 minutes to whip battery out of that.
Let's do it! Let's do Dave's battery! Oh, the key is lighting up, but it doesn't do anything on remote central locking.
Turn it up.
That one don't know.
That was minutes full.
That's funny. Battery pack's full. Right, yeah, so we've not got the injectors on. We've actually got the battery connected. This is what I wanted to do in the first place. Just to turn it over a bit more.
I just proved the point.
Well, I kind of figured it would work, but I just didn't think it would last long.
Turn it off for about.
Why have I got fucking back wiper on? Which is back wiper switch on here? Oh, I don't even know. I don't know. Oh no, it's doing it again. Stop it. Killing me battery.
About 10 seconds.
Well, it's going around.
Stop it. Starting back, we're struggling like mad with that battery.
Yes, but what we're going to do is we're going to boost it. Dave's battery doesn't charge very well, but it charges enough for it to... Stop doing the wiper! I thought I had done. I can't see what the wiper... Ah! Oh shit, I'm being attacked!
God, stop touching things.
What did I move? I think I moved everything there on windscreen. Oh my god, stop wiping! See? Have you figured it out? What's beeping? No, you haven't figured it out. See? You had that look on you that's, yo, I've done it. I know, that was my issue! Oh yeah, that's a bit overkill, but there we go. Right, which is it?
Has it done the job? Right.
Ah! Good god, there's a camera behind you. That's put it on more. Do you pull and push on them? Needs a wiper. God! I literally touched it. Dude, what are you doing? Oh my god, stop it! Take keys out.
Right, let's move everything off up front.
We are professional people.
Can we not put this in?
No, it's going in, it's funny. Right, we'll come back to you when we've actually cleared everything off the scuttle panel, just in case. What do you think it's going to... Shall I try?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll do it. Oh, the wiper's still going. No, definitely boost it. Definitely no battery for Dave. The battery for this is at home, just needs to charge.
Yeah. I think you need to start disconnecting your batteries.
Are we on?
Well, it says it's connected.
Oh, come on, get some fuel, baby. Oh, why do? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh.
Just leave the ignition on.
Leave the ignition on. Right, I'm gonna find out.
Just need some fuel pressure.
Find it, you just put it forward once. I kind of want to be out of the car for the... I'm hoping it will start moment. Come on, come on, come on! Come on! Hey?
Put your foot down a little bit.
I'm going to flood it. Well, I don't need to flood. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. So this is thrilling viewing for everyone that's trying to watch it, and they're all like, going, hey?
Nearly starting then.
I know, it's starting to... I just don't know if it's... It should have had fuel up by now.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously I know it lost a lot, but it would quickly come back through. Like a diesel boat. Everything's in, everything's connected. It tried to stop, so it's getting spark. That's just a battery pack, because it's like timed out sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or is it dead? Oh no, it's dead. Boost pack is dead.
Okay.
This is interesting viewing.
Well, hopefully while we've got chance we can still turn out of it.
I'd go quickly. Oh, yeah! Dude! Wow! We have a working car. Yeah, leave it. I took my multimeter home. I ain't got it with me. I can't test if it's charging. Oh yeah! There you have it. An engine out and in a day. Although it's 2 videos for you. Yeah! I want my phone. I want to do some phony phone. Just give it a little bit. It sounds okay, that. I assume it's a bit of rough now because the battery's low and now the fans are sucking the power. Should we leave it on to leave it to bleed up? There's half a tank in it, so.
Yeah, it needs to bleed up anyway.
Do you want to put heaters on full? Get it bleeding up. Yeah, we have the cap off. Obviously it needs to get up to temperature, so it sucks all the coolant into the heater matrix in the dashboard, so it starts blowing out warm air, and that's when all your airlocks will come out. So you leave the cap off, and that's where eventually all the bubbles will come out. When you've got hot air inside your car, is when you know it's bled up. Dude, it's running! It's running! I'm so happy. I jumped. I was a jump on camera. Could you tell? It was a jump. I daggest. Chris is in diagnostic mode now. He's just checking that things are connected.
There's just a bit of the grease that's on the oil.
Oh, there's going to be freaking... Oh yeah, look at that smoke.
There's grease off it. Exhaust.
Oh yeah. There's a bit of coolant spilt down there, a bit of petrol, probably sat on fire at some point. I have a water bucket over there. There's no water in it, right, but there's a water bucket. It runs! You can see now that the level's starting to rise, so there is air pressure coming up, and eventually it'll blah, 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 around. But you gotta wait for the thermostat to get up to temperature.
Well, that will bleed a bit anyway.
Well, it will, yeah, but you got to get the engine to temperature, so the thermostat's up to temperature, so the thermostat opens, and then it'll suck the coolant through. We have a running engine. Right, we'll come back to you in a little while, either when something develops, or when I want to come back to you. So because everything's been disconnected, and that includes the power steering pipes, obviously we've lost power steering fluid, so if you go lock to lock, as I'm turning slowly, you can hear a little bit of noise coming from the pump, and when I get to the end, it will make a noise. Ready? Hear that? That's obviously, there's not enough fluid in it, which we will sort out when we get some more fluid. So it's not going anywhere right now, but yeah. Runs.
Like just bubble over?
Not yet, no. Oh, he didn't jump. Damn it. I was hoping you was going to jump on the camera. But I was then, yeah, it didn't work. Didn't work properly. This man here is so excited to see the damage to the piston and the valves on the old engine. We've literally had it running like 10 minutes and it's still running. Because we've obviously been bleeding it. And he's already cracked out, taking the head off. And he reckons he's there. I don't think he is. I think he's missed something. Oh. I don't think we can use them again, mate. It's going to be proper seized on, isn't it?
We're not going to use the engine again, so it doesn't really matter.
No, no, no. I just want, I want the piston. I want the piston as a trophy.
Although we'll have to take that off.
Why is that connecting the two together? Watch that pallet don't fall on you, mate. There's Alan, look. And there's Dave. And Jeff. 1,000 horsepower Supra. Now where you going? The people want to see this. They pay good money for this.
Your favourite tool?
I do like a hammer, yeah. Right, I had to go home because we didn't have any hammers here, believe it or not. I had to go home to get a hammer. Oh yeah, this looks a technical way to do it.
Engine scrap, what's it, mate?
Oh, no, I'm just saying this looks a technical way to do it. I'm not whinging. There's got to be something else or somewhere, surely.
I'm hoping not.
Join us next week. Let's see if he can slave away for the next week to get the engine apart. I'm joking, but I'll when he's at the point where it's loose, I'll bring you back. He's just took manifold off and whatever else he did. I don't know. I was playing with the car. He's loose. It's loose. Oh. No, there's definitely something. Well, it probably broke off now. Wherever it was.
We've got a lamp.
Have you got a lamp? I can. Don't you dare open it before I've got back. Do we have a lamp? Yes, we have a lamp.
Which valve did you say it was?
This one. What are you doing? Why you can't do that?
Can't do what?
I want the head off.
Sneak peek.
Oh! I did see that. Oh, I did see that.
Wait, what's all?
No, I want to give it. No, I want a sneak peek for the camera. Let's do a sneak peek.
Oh.
Ready? Put the torch on it. Let's do a sneak peek and then we'll get the head off. Oh, no, that's naughty. Right, well, he's figured out what else is holding it, and he takes it off in one. Yeah, we'll show you. Come on, Christopher.
Wait.
It's Sunday.
So.
It's your Sunday name.
So.
It means so. That's why. There's no so. Now, I hope you're not smashing that plastic pipe that I told you do not smash when you need it.
No, I'm not going to smash it. I'm trying to.
We don't need no plastic pipe. This is oh. Ready and go.
Ouch!
Damn.
Mate, that's done all the valves. Every single one of them. They're all bent.
Damn. Well, we have what? 14 bent and 2 snapped.
Yes.
They're actually. Oh, it's not embedded like I thought it was.
No, they're supposed to sit flush inside.
Oh, I wanted that. I don't even want the piston as a trophy anymore because I thought it was embedded. It's not.
Look at how far they're bent.
But look at them pistons. Every single one's marked where it's. Excuse my language. I was going to say twatted. I didn't say twatted though. Yeah.
That's got a nice dent in it though.
Yeah, it has.
That's, you can see it's, she stopped it quite quick actually. Wow. Because usually that gets completely destroyed when that happens. So that must have just locked it dead.
Wow. Supposedly it was running and then she stopped it, come back to it 3 hours later and it wouldn't fire, is what she actually said. But who knows? Wow. So there you go. There was one smashed up. What are you doing now? You trying to take the valves out?
Yeah, just see how bad it is, but they're bent.
But we don't need to take the valves out, surely. Unless you want to take the valve out.
My sake.
Well, I'm not stopping you. I just wonder what you were doing.
No.
There we go, broken valves. Timing belt wasn't snapped. Are you just like timing these hits? So the timing belt wasn't snapped. Oh, I thought you were going to do it at the end of the line.
No.
You this little bugger. You're just waiting. You're just waiting. This is obviously not the technical way to do it. I'm pretty sure of it.
I've done it for a long time.
What, smacking it with a socket and a hammer?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a proper tool for them.
Oh yeah, but we haven't got a compression tool with us.
No, we haven't. So what I was saying is timing belt hadn't snapped. It's obviously moved. Jumped to 2, 3, I don't know. Because it's an interference engine, it's then decided to obviously hit the valves, and that's bent the valves and broke the valves. So, the engine can be rebuilt. Of course it can be rebuilt. Is it financially viable? No, it is not. Each one of them valves alone are £10 a piece, and it's broke all of them. So that's 160 quid. The engine that we just put in it only cost me 150. So that's before you even get to everything else. Pistons are knackered, so you've got to replace pistons, which means you've got to take the sump off, you've got to take the crank out, you've got to do all that business. It saved a lot of work putting the other engine in. Has less miles on it.
Machine work to be done as well.
Oh yeah, there'll be machine work on the head, of course there will.
You need to seat the valves, which is hard, but you haven't got the equipment.
No, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it financially. I'm gonna get my camera now, take photos.
No, you'll need a new head.
Why is it damaged actual head?
Yeah, right there. That, I doubt we'll save that.
Oh yeah, look at that. Nice little dent in there. So there you are, you need a new head. So, New head, new pistons, new valves, a lot of new things. Yeah. Scrap! It's scrap.
It killed it. Probably because it got stereo on.
Was the power steering, because obviously there's no fluid, so hence why I'm just going to go back and forward straight. I don't have first gear because there's something wrong with the linkage, which is something we'll fix. So that was second and this is reverse, so at least I know some of the gears work. And the clutch works. Clutch is all that.
This is where he finds out brakes don't work.
And the clutch is like really soft, you know, it's very light.
It's good.
It is good. It's all well and good in the hood. We bled some coolant, can you tell?
Yeah, it's always bleeding a bit better. Nothing we can't tidy up.
That is pretty much it for today. I just need to wrap this video up and make it thumbnail. If you can stop, I just need to fog it. I want to keep it within my area, just gonna have to go back in. Am I right over the puddle?
Yep.
Oh.
You can step over it.
I thought that can I go to bait?
4 feet.
Am I out the puddle yet?
Yeah. To be fair, it drove before, it just didn't start.
So I'm going to be wrapping up this video, which is part 2, and then there'll be one more part when I do the last few bits, putting like the bonnet back on and just debadging it, getting the reversing cameras and stuff to work, and just getting it ready for sale really. So that will be coming up in part 3. But part 2, oh yeah, I have to also get it to go in first. For part 2, we have an engine in it, it runs, I've technically driven it now, and I know it works okay, which is good. This man helped a lot. Thank you very much, Chris, for coming. It's greatly appreciated. I would not have loved to see me do it on my own. I really appreciate when you're doing jobs like that, having an extra set of hands makes a massive difference. Especially when you've got long ass extensions going from one wheel into the gearbox, trying to freaking feed it in. It'd be really hard on your own. Not saying it's impossible, because people do it on their own, but it's easier with a friend, that is for sure. Yeah, I think that's going to wrap up this part 2. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed whatever you've seen, because I've got no idea what you've seen yet, and I will see you in another video very soon. Take care, stay humble, and if you want to be a patron, links in the description. If you want to buy this car, when I'm done, also message me. Yeah, I'll start that now. We'll message me and you can buy Jeff when you're done. Right, he's on his phone. Thank you, stay bye-bye.